biggest problem of our society now is individuals who are highly opinionated, who will not exchange open-mindedly the different opinions about things, and are in their echo chambers, whether it's on the particular media that they're connected to and so on, who are then having conflicts with each other. This is a threat to our society.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. I think that's such a fascinating topic and idea, because I couldn't agree with you more. If I had to say it for myself, I think maybe it was from, working. I love both my parents, but I was mediating their marriage since I was a kid. And so I was very good at being on both sides. I loved them both individually. And I would always I'd know I could listen to my mom and I could hear her side and I could empathize with her. And I'd do the same with my dad. And I'd be there for both of them. And it became a natural thing that I was able to do, I think, because of that. When I reflect on it, I think that's how I gained that skill. So I've always found it very natural to be able to understand different sides, to really empathize and connect with different people and see that there's truth and challenges in both. But I think that's hard to do because I think today we feel ideology is our safety, right? And ideology is what makes us feel secure in who we are. And so, right,
that's a serious mistake.
Right. So yeah, let's dive into that. How do we let go of that in recognizing that actually knowledge and knowing is far more a safety than holding on to one ideology?
I think it's simple. The fear of making bad mistakes or being wrong should be a motivator to take in these different perspectives and then weigh things, okay? An ideology, though, let's say it's a political ideology. I want my children to be educated in a certain way. That's a very particular important ideology. Still means that there are choices that you have. And then the question is, have you made those choices in the best way? And then after you've made those choices, what are you going to do about it? Should you move from one place to another? Should you, what schools do you pick? Those kinds of things. Life is just a matter of those particular choices. And there are win-win relationships and there are lose-lose relationships. And win-win relationships are a lot better than lose-lose relationships. So knowing the approach to that, knowing live and let live, I can make my choices, I can move here, I can do this, or the mutual respect that you have for it's okay, you can have your point of view. To be less judgmental is better. It's better for everybody.
Yeah.
Is somebody doing you harm? That's a whole different thing. But all of that, I think, is very, very important. The art of thoughtful disagreement is the basis of a very innovative and also harmonious society. If you want to have an innovative, harmonious society, you have to have the art of thoughtful disagreement. And the mediator is a very important role that you play. Because like I wrote in my other book, Principles, one of the handy things is, if you're having a disagreement, one of you might be wrong. And how do you know? And how do you get past that? And so the classic thing is to agree on somebody who you mutually agree will be a fair judge and a fair mediator. And if you mutually agree on that person, then you bring them, then they can help you along. And the exercise of going above it and saying, okay, here is this disagreement, and how do we deal with disagreement and are each other related to the disagreement? That is a good perspective to have.
Yeah.
And so I think that as we look at all those things, I think that it's so clear that approaches like that and perspectives like that are very, very helpful.